Good day. I am me. Hopefully, you are you. If not, you will be. Um, Today, I want to just talk a little bit about the way people keep score. Um, you know, I kind of touched on it a little bit yesterday with the system and just the way people keep score. Um, it's kind of funny. Well, it's not really funny at all. But because I had somebody come to me yesterday, and he really didn't. Well, he just wanted to point out the one thing that he did that was good on his part. For me, and use that as dismissal, excuse, or whatever reason to excuse all the wrongs. And maybe that's the way a lot of people look at things and the way they do them, and that's the way they're keeping score. But that's not how it's supposed to work. It's not how it works. But yeah. So I mean, if that's the case, I've done so many good things that nobody's kept track of. That well, that should excuse everything I've done wrong, then, right? But it don't. It doesn't. It doesn't change the effect of karma that comes from the Father when you do right and wrong. I mean, I'm not saying so. That's in a sense you can say you can go do something that you know is wrong, and then turn around and go do something that you know is right, and it squashes it, equals it out. Yeah, I don't believe that He operates and works that way. It's not a tit for tat, or eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Them days are over. That's in the back in the beginning. When they were bound by law. But yeah. So but it is kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But yeah, it's just how people just want they themselves, they keep track of all the good that they do for others, and then they also keep track of all the bad that others have done to them, and that's the way they're keeping score. And that, to me, that's just wrong. And I'm not saying that to just keep track of one side, whether it's good or bad. That's not what you should be keeping track of. You should be keeping track of, is the person learning? Is the person growing? Is the person being accountable? Is the person being responsible, dependable, honorable? Is he carrying integrity? Does he have character? And I'm saying he, but there's he or she, person, period. These are the things that everybody should be looking for and at in anybody, because everybody's done bad things, wrong things, and everybody's done good things and right things. But if that's the way you're going to keep score, then chances are, yeah, the score is not going to even out the way that you hope it does with most people. And I'm guilty of doing this myself, and always looking for the best and the best in others, because it's just who I've always been. I can see the good in somebody that does some, things so wrong and is so evil, and I can find something good in anybody. It doesn't matter who they are or how bad or horrific, because it's all about perception and what do you want to see, But it doesn't excuse the bad things or the wrong things that anybody does, or I'm not saying that at all. So, yeah, I kind of feel like I'm saying a lot in probably a lot of these videos, but all that'll change as I keep going and doing more. Because I noticed, I was looking yesterday at some of the earlier videos, and I was doing a lot of stuff with my hands, and but my brain is always thinking, downloading, receiving information from the Father, and then I'm always thinking about information, what I'm sharing with anybody that watches these videos. And I've watched a lot of videos of different people, and I am definitely different. I don't have no Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, none of all that, and I'm not asking for donations, and I'm doing this because this is what I want to do. It's not about you paying me or gifting me money or whatever so I can keep creating content. No, I'm doing this because I truly care about what I'm doing. It's not about the receiving. It's not about the likes. It's not about the subscribers or the members or whatever all of it is, and the comments and however all of it you get paid. I'm doing this out of straight 100% kindness and pure love, unconditional love, out of my heart, sharing all these things, truths that I've come to know, because I want better for everybody. It's not about what I get out of it. I'm trying to help all of you. I don't care who you are, where you're at, what you think, what you've done, what you believe, what you're doing, what you're not doing, what you should stop doing, what you should start doing. That's not my concern. That's between you and the Father and nobody else, period. I'm just sharing my experience or experiences and truth that He has poured into me with everybody. So I'm trying to save you a lot of hard times, heartache, pain, suffering. But even though I'm doing that, in a sense, you're still gonna feel pain. You're gonna cry, and especially if you really start digging into this stuff and accepting truth for what it is and not what you want it to be. You're it's just, there's no way around it. There is no easy way. There is no fast way. There's no, and that's what everybody's really looking for. They just want to, can I just take like the Matrix, a red pill, blue pill, and bam, it switches, and life's all hunky-dory, and everything's, unicorns and rainbows and whatever. To heal you so that you find true happiness and true unconditional love and peace and all that in your life. Yep, you're going to go through some pain. You're going to cry some tears. It's just, there's no easy way about it. Because you're going to have to feel feelings that you buried. You're going to have to, think of memories and triggers that you buried and all of this stuff. But it's just, and I used to keep score the same way, But the scoreboard, if that's the way you're keeping track of life, then you're not going to get ahead of it at all. You're going to be behind the ball, chasing it your whole life. Just like, most people are chasing money, chasing fame, chasing tangibles, whatever. you know, if you're chasing it, yeah, you're never truly going to have it. That's not how it works. Yeah. And I'll do a video about law of attraction, or, you know, manifestation, because that's basically what law of attraction is. And it's not, it's simple, but it's kind of not. You know, because there's videos that say all you got to do is think about it, you know, all the time, and then it'll come. And you know how much stuff you think about and it never happens. And then there's people that swear that all you got to do is speak it every day, and it'll come. You know how much stuff you say and speak, and it never happens. There's more to it than just this. That's what I mean about there's not a one thing quick fix. I mean, there is some get rich quick things that can happen in people's lives, like, you know, winning the lottery. But, you know, or you made the right invention and all of a sudden, you know, it just blew up or whatever, and you came across all this money. But pretty much all them people that get their money like that because they don't understand currency and how it works, and they've never had that kind of money, so they just think, well, it's never going to run out, and they go start buying this, buying that, and doing vacations here, vacations there, whatever, and, you know, helping this person, that person, and then the next thing you know, they're filing bankruptcy. But, you know, I talk about some of that in some of my other videos. But yeah, to keep score that way is, yeah, you're not going to find true people. I've learned that. So if you're keeping score by who does good and bad and right and wrong, and you're only keeping track of their bad moves and your good moves, well, they're doing the same thing with you. You know, so make that, how does that work? Make that make sense. The math ain't adding up. But yeah, so these are just some of the things that I'm learning through my journey, my experiences on my time while I'm here. Yeah, and he just continues to pour into me, like I'm saying. And that's usually what's happening when I pause for a second, because I'm trying to pour out and, you know, catch what he's pouring into me at the same time a lot of times. Because things are, you know, clicking and aligning in my head and whatnot while I'm talking. But yeah, so yeah, the things you need to pay attention to is somebody being accountable for their own actions and choices and words, and, you know, and are they learning from them? Are they growing? Are they getting the lessons? You know, what's their integrity like? What's their character like? You know, the things that really matter in a person. Because if they're not standing, even if they have to stand alone on these things, then, like they say, then they'll stand for anything, because they just want to, most of them just want to fit in. They just want to be a part of whatever social group, or, you know, whatever the case may be. There's a bunch of different reasons out there why people do what they do, and, you know, but so these are things that you really need to be considering and looking at when you are having any kind of relationship with anybody. Doesn't matter if it's family, if you're looking for a spouse to be with, if you're looking for friends, co-workers, these are the things that you really need to be looking at. And for, you know, it's not like when somebody's applying for a job, say you own a business and you're just looking for these certain things, like, well, does he show up? Is he on time? Is he dependable? Is he reliable? You know what I mean? Not that those ain't good things for when you're looking for that, but, you know, you really need to be looking for more than just those things. Because if they're a chaotic person and they come into your workplace and it's a peaceful place, they're going to disrupt the whole place. Because it only takes one bad apple to ruin the whole bushel. I mean, you know, a lot of these sayings that we have, there is so much truth to them. It's almost, it's almost unbelievable that how a lot of them, when you really think about them and you get them and they click and what they're actually talking about, that, you know, so these sayings are almost like parables, just like when the Lord, when he was walking here and he started speaking in parables, because it's all about, for those who have eyes will see, and those who have ears will hear, and those that don't won't, because it's all in a matter of perception. Like I keep saying in a lot of my videos, what are you focusing on? You know, are you focusing on all the negativity everywhere? Because they're pushing that hard in front of your face every day and in your ear every day, constantly. You know, or are you trying to find the good things? You know, so are you complaining all day? So then that's what you find is, you know, things that don't go your way. Or are you being thankful and gratitude in your client, so then you're seeing and finding good things every day. And it's not saying that bad things still aren't there and aren't happening, but you're not focused on them. So it changes the whole mindset. And the mind is a big part of all of it, but, you know, it's also, before it gets to the mind, it has to go through the eyes and the ears to get there. That's just a fact. Everybody wants to say it starts in the mind, but no, it don't. It starts with the eyes and the ears. So what are you watching? What are you listening to? You know. But then there's the other parts, like who you hanging out with, what kind of places do you go to. All these things are factors that set the mindset. So the mind is not. So if you're feeding in the wrong information, then you're going to be at a constant battle in your mind every day, all day long, and it'll just be a relentless, non-stop battle that'll just wear you down. That, you know, it's just the way it works. But anyway, so yeah, learn the better way to keep score. Well, you're not really keeping score at that point. You're just actually looking for real people. It's basically what it is. You know, because you're not focusing on the do's and don'ts or the good and bad or whatever. You know, you're focusing on how they are as a real person. You know. But you only will find those that are the same as you, meaning you will match the same energy always. So if you're at a low energy, then those are the people that's going to be around you. Now, I'm not saying that high energy people don't attract low energy people, because they do. Because, you know, it's like moths, you know, it's like bugs being attracted to the bug light at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? So the light is high energy and the bugs are in the darkness. Well, you know, it's just like a deer caught in the headlights of a car. It's mesmerizing, you know, it's hypnotizing, it's magnetizing. It's just the way that it works. But it's a matter of, you know, so yeah, it's just the way that it works. I'm not the designer. I'm just a messenger. Um, so if you focus on me, you already missed the message. So you'll have to watch the video again. But yeah, always focus on the message, never the messenger. Because I'm sure I don't look like anything like anybody thinks I should look like to bring the messages that I'm sharing with everybody. Yeah, so yeah, anybody that watches the videos, thank you. Anybody that, you know, does follow, subscribe, like, comment, you know, thank you. I don't read the comments, so just be respectful of each other, because you got to remember people are in different places in their lives and been through different experiences, so you got to have a little understanding and compassion and empathy for people, you know, and not everybody is in the same shoes, because, you know, we're all individual fingerprints, you know, none of us are exactly the same. So, you know, not even an identical twins are not even the same, even though they come from the same egg that is split in two, but they still have their own individual fingerprints. But yeah, so yeah, I guess that's what he's given me today to share with you. Yeah, hopefully you're having a beautiful, glorious day wherever you're at. Sun is shining here. I'm about to have to take my sweatshirt off because it is getting warm. But yeah, so yeah, have a blessed day. Peace, love, and light. Shalom.